Ah, yes, the familiar experience of opening up the YouTube app on your phone or your internet browser and seeing the abysmal state of affairs that is the YouTube homepage. When you open up the website youtube.com, you are greeted with videos that you have already seen before, videos that you're not interested in seeing, and no matter how many times you click that little not interested button or you click the don't recommend channel, it seems like there's just an endless supply of similar content for you to get suggested. And it's like even the stuff that you'd want to see is completely just not even appealing anymore because they're showing you stuff that you already know. Like I already know that this stuff exists. Like I already could search it. Like it's stuff that I watch every day. They're suggesting to me content that I've already watched, and it's like it gives me this like sickening feeling in the pit of my stomach to just get suggested the same video that I watched a couple hours ago, and it's getting recommended to me. Like it's same with that's the same story with everything on here. Like granted, there's nothing wrong with any of this. Well, for the most part, like most of this content on here that YouTube's recommending to me is valid, whatever. Like, but a lot of it's old. A lot of it's just music. A lot of it's from like verified accounts, which I'm not interested in having recommended to me because I could just go to their account. Like if they're a verified account, I don't want to have them recommended to me ever. I never want to see them recommended to me if they're a celebrity ever, because if they're a celebrity and they're trending, they're going to be on freaking trending on Twitter, and you just get the information right there. You never have to see any musician trending on or whatever. I mean, yeah, they can go trending all they want. I mean, sorry, you never need to see any musician recommended to you on your YouTube homepage. It's just pointless unless they like just dropped a song like this couple months, like recently, like Lil Yachty is the only one on here who honestly is deserving of being a featured musician on my home feed, because there's a limited amount of slots here, and I wish that YouTube would like allow us to pay maybe money to have a bit more of a customized feed, or like just get recommended to us from our subscriber, because it's always, I mean, it's all but destroyed the website. I mean, it's impossible because it's just, look at it, dude. It's the same crap, bro. These are movies that I've already seen, or movies that are just uninteresting, or just whatever. I mean, they're movies that I've already seen with a capital in capital letters, dude. They're movies that I've already seen. This is all stuff that I'm already aware of, all music that I'm already aware of. If it ever strikes me, if I'm ever in a mood to ever just call from my mind any of this stuff that I'm getting, Joe Rogan, like I'm not just gonna go on my YouTube homepage and be happy to see Joe Rogan being recommended to me. Dude, you have any idea how much content Joe Rogan has posted over the years? And to be getting recommended a Joe Rogan video from 9 years ago, as well as random clips from him from 3 months ago. Nothing wrong with Joe Rogan. I watched this. I watched Joe Rogan. I watched the podcast, Joe Rogan podcast. Like I watched this content, but the fact of the matter is that I don't want it recommend. I don't want it on my home feed. So what do you do? You click the not interested button, you click don't recommend this, you get similar content recommended from another channel, and there's just an endless supply of just content that'll just be recommended to you that's just in that same like narrow search engine terms. Like there's just this limited scope of words that are going to get recommended to you. This pool of keywords that exist in a database somewhere, and what's happening is that when you access one, the web sees that like there's five other things that are similar to it on that web, like five other types of content, and like that's maybe Mr. Beast, Elon Musk, somebody who Joe Rogan interviewed, and then you'd go like to another podcast and then go through this just rabbit hole of nonsense, like content that you already could find just simply. Like you could find any of these videos just by searching like a quote from them. You could find them on, you could just Google a quote from any of these videos and they're the first thing that pops up. So what is the point? The whole point of the YouTube recommended is to recommend you stuff that's rich, stuff that's new, stuff that, like, it's special. Remember back in the good old days when like Smosh or whoever, I don't even care, like just any YouTuber who was like just coming up, like I don't even care at this point, even if it's like a YouTuber that I don't particularly like, bro. Like I honestly miss the days of Jake Paul. Like I miss the days of Leafy is here. I miss the days of real. Not to say that I'm sure Jake Paul would just saturate my news feed as well if I just typed them into the, over. No, that's not my point. I'm just saying, like, I miss the days when he was like, it was Rice Gum. Like there were like there were YouTubers back then. We didn't really appreciate it back then, I don't think. Pewdiepie was the number one subscribed, wasn't all this like just overdone like production crap, like just been, the whole website's just shot to shit, and then it's just sort of like a regurgitated self-replicating version of itself. And the worst part is, when you're on the browser and then you look at like the recommended for you tab, it's awful. It's just like, it doesn't even, it's not even, creators like, YouTubers and stuff complain about being algorithmically demoted, but that's not the case. Because like you could pick any YouTuber who says that their content doesn't show up to their subscribers and watch their stuff and like favorite it and like it and like and subscribe to them and like and put them in playlists and stuff, and then come back every single day on that YouTube app and don't even search them ever again, dude. YouTube will recommend you every video from that. Every like fifth video on your feed will eventually just be them. Like Tim Pool or something like that. Like Tim Pool complains about being algorithmically demoted, which granted he is, within his own right. That's all true. But I'm just saying, go on to his page though. The one that he says is really demoted. Watch like 10 of his video. Watch 20 minutes of his content across 10 videos, right? And or just even a little bit and like or whatever, and then and watch. You'll get it recommended to you. That'll be all you get. That'll be all you get. You get like that and Joe Rogan and like maybe a few like just like animated clips or something like that, some music and all that crap. But like it's like hard to remember. It's getting harder and harder to remember like what the YouTube algorithm was like in like 2012 and stuff like that. And it's weird because like we put people like PewDiePie on a pedestal but I mean really he was just like a beneficiary of the YouTube algorithms as they existed in 2000 and 2012 or whatever. Back in the day. It's amazing to talk about 2014, 2017. It's amazing that those years seem so long ago, but they seem so close at the same time. And I'm just saying, like, PewDiePie was the beneficiary of the YouTube algorithm when it would favor gaming footage, and he really just came in, with guns blazing, playing those South Park games, and he resonated with a sense of humor that was definitely a part of a very growing internet block at the time, which flourished on at websites like YouTube and Twitter at the time, in capital letters before, just different problems happened with the algorithms, and then the YouTube recommended just got it all shot to shit for whatever reason, adpocalypse or else, just any of these. You could just name them, all these different, different crap that happened over the years. What is it? What's that one? Daddy of Five, whatever the fuck. Like I remember that's like around the same time. I blame H3H3 honestly. Like fuck H3H3, dude. Like I feel like it's his fault for like YouTube recommended getting shot to shit, which sucks. He kind of like those type of people. I mean, at one point really helping out the website. Like he was really doing a good job at one point with the with all the different content that he was pushing the save the website and all that copyright crap that was good at the time. But it's just all those freaking, they rise to prominence, and these internet people, and it's like, I mean, I don't know, I'll have to talk about that more effectively in another video, but you get my point though. I've already made my central point of this video. It's like, what are we doomed to do? I mean, this YouTube, I mean, I think that they're content where they are right now because they're outperforming Netflix because let's face it, Netflix has bigger problems as a platform. Netflix has to contend with the fact that they have these bloated production values, and they've essentially inherited a lot of the burden that was on the movie theaters and the already failing industry, which essentially had been supplanted by the gaming industry. The video games and stuff like that were making. At one point, I remember the headlines when one year it happened, like probably like 5 years ago now, when Call of Duty or whatever made more money than all the movies that came out that year combined or whatever, some crazy thing like that. Or Fortnite that year made more money than the biggest blockbuster or something like that. And then like right after that, man, it was like a cultural high watermark. It was like the end of the Brad Pitt era, the end of the superstar, the end of the George Clooney. And then we see like enter The Rock, Kevin Hart, or granted, respectable celebrities within their own right, but the way that they exist is the same bloated freaking algorithmic crap that we see. It's like if I want to search The Rock, I'll just type in The Rock, dude, it'll come right up. I don't need to have him recommended to me on my home feed, bro. It's like a just feels like just sickening, bro. Just getting like this, just getting Jimmy Kimmel, bro, like recommended to you on your home feed, bro, on YouTube. It's just abysmal state of affairs for the website. Let's be honest. It's just like, what the fuck? Why did they? Well, YouTube has screwed himself. And then you look at like what Elon's doing on Twitter and stuff like that, and it's like at least the dude is like, I mean, whatever your opinion might be about Elon and or whatever the way that the website, the type of crap that's getting pushed on the website. I mean, it's like I don't know. I mean, isn't that kind of like they've been sweeping that shit under the rug? The website, Twitter was the old management was just not letting that shit vent. I mean, it's like there's a lot of just all those banned accounts and stuff. Like it's not like Elon. I mean, Elon will just ban them again if they're really doing anything that bad. I don't really understand what the big deal is with, but I mean, I get how he's like a billionaire and he's gonna run Twitter as a platform, as a social media platform, in alignment with the way that the users want, which just should be a no-brainer. And YouTube should learn a lesson from Twitter as well. I mean, YouTube definitely needs to learn a lesson from Twitter, or else Twitter's going to take over. Honestly, it's a very real possibility that we could see Twitter, all that Elon would really have to do, and I know the idea is floating around, is add a search function on Twitter to search all the videos that have ever been uploaded on Twitter by name. And if he just did that, if he just made it so that every video that's ever been uploaded on Twitter could be searched through like a database, the same way that you search through, YouTube or whatever, it'd be over, because there's already millions of videos uploaded to Twitter. And I mean, if there was just an effective way to search through them, with keywords and tags and stuff like that, or even just by dates, he could easily do that. And, just play around with the way that the feed, suggests different content and stuff like that. I mean, that's the point of Twitter. The whole beauty of Twitter and the reason why it's going to outperform YouTube is that, like, you open up the app, it's supposed to be a social media app. Like, it's supposed to be an app where that you're supposed to have some sort of social interaction on it, and I don't get that from YouTube. And it's like, I mean, I don't know, dude. Can anybody in the comment, if you know of like who is like the biggest YouTuber of 2022, like who's like the YouTuber who like came to prominence in 2022 who like wasn't big before? I feel like it was like somebody who was big on Discord or something like that. That honestly seems logical. Is that like the biggest like YouTube? That's honestly what I have to do, is just get bigger on Discord, start branching out this community to Discord. I thought that Twitter would be more the way to go, but Twitter is really kind of just doing its own thing right now. I mean, it's kind of amazing to see. If you guys aren't on Twitter, definitely get on Twitter. I've been suggesting that to everybody, no matter who you are, the public, the conversation is evolving very rapidly, and you don't want it to move on without you.